Nintendo presents. Well, that looks a bit wrong. I'm gonna guess the person who made this used the ROM Hack Races base ROM. How many have I played now? Good question. Welcome to Buster's. Let's take a look. I'll have to wait for this anyway. 25, not counting 7. Well, we're not going by order, really. We did 5, and then 3, and then 4, so it's... Oh, God! What? I guess I'll grab that. Oh, this background is gonna make me nauseous. Can I even... Do I even want to get up there? Like, I don't know. What's with 7? I started playing it for a couple minutes and did not have any fun because it was 2 Himari balls combined with a bunch of Hammer Bros, and so I wondered if it was an actual level or just nonsense. So I asked the other judges, and it turns out there is more level there. It's not completely just nonsense, but it is kind of nonsense. Where did I even get this thing? Oh, I understand now. That thing was running as an undercurrent the whole time. So it's underneath the lava, but the blocks are still there. That is weird. Kind of wish I kept the shell. That might have helped me later. But either way, 7 is on the list of things to revisit. So I will be playing it. It just happened to be on my list before, and I didn't give it enough of a try, as far as I'm concerned. Did it also have the fake ground? Because yes, it had the fake ground. So basically I found myself like not quite making the jump repeatedly and was not having fun. So I said I'd just come back to it. But every other level, even with save states, I only need to use save states on a few. Not very many. And even then, like the last one, I probably could have gotten away without save states if I just stopped and been smart about it. It was very much just, I'm kind of tired of redoing this part. I do not understand the laws of bricks here. I do understand, I just want to keep the shell. I think that's the way to do it. The weird LM layer 3 made of blocks? I don't think I've ever seen that. Layer 3 type made out of throw blocks. Huh. Is that, like, intentional? Or is it, like, a weird side effect of multiple things colliding? There's a... Why did I die? If a throw block shatters, I die? Something I'm not quite getting yet. Does this have, like, a really narrow timer? You take one brick and then fall in the hole. Yep. You just space and forget. It's possible. Hey, don't Kazi. The graphics stay the same even when the block is missing. Well, I thought I didn't grab a block, but I guess it's possible that's what happened and I wasn't paying enough attention. I'm trying to avoid that with the use of this shell here. I think so. God, the background's undulating. I'm gonna bowl through that, because I think that's just the easiest way of it. But I am curious about that lunar magic fact. I thought that was gonna be solid. Had an option to change which tiles the tile is made out of, and you think there's only 2 screens worth of tiles before it starts looping, so the tile map is not updated. Oh, lovely. Okay, that makes sense. This problem was this
amended in a later version of LM? Because I definitely saw someone was using a slightly older version of LM 3.1-ish. For the most part, everyone's just on a more modern version of LM, like one I don't blame anybody for being behind on. It's like using the last version of... crap, I just realized I need to have the shell or a block there. Which I don't want. I want the shell. I guess I can just pick up the shell now. Nope. Definitely weird. Wait, I just realized that their heads are the block throwers from Mario 3. No respawn? Nope. Alright, gotta do this shellless. Ugh. Just kind of an assault on the senses, really. I like the fact that the background isn't merely just weird and undulating. It also started out weird and tessellated before it even was being modified in the way it's being done. I think it's just some HDMA stuff. Ran like full-on mode 7. I'm gonna regret what I just did there. There we go. Cool! Something resembling progress. I feel like that could work. Maybe if I jump from a higher... Nope. There we go. Not that I can tell on the UI. Hey, cool, I got on top of the level. I'm happier not being on top of the level. Wait, when did I get hit? Oh, I guess on top of the level. Huh. Ah. Oh my god, what am I... Oh. It's like an alien head or something. Okay. I was about to say it was a really good use of a shell until it killed me. Okay. Well, not keeping that one. That slope is questionable. Yeah, if this is someone I know's work, I'm not going to be able to recognize it. But I'm going to guess right now it ain't Faro or Daizo. And if it is either of them, they did a great job of picking a very different aesthetic than usual. Please tell me I'm not soft-locked. I guess I'm not soft-locked. I can always grab a block and die. Ah. Oh, yeah, this fits. Was briefly confused by the lag there. Hey, cool, he took out the upper block, too. Ah. So much for that. Really wanted that mushroom. Let's look at the shell. That's a nice consolation prize. Shoot. I can just jump. Oh, I probably should watch the sauce first. This isn't fucked up enough. Now it's fucked up enough. Any songs whose primary lyric is haze? Good. Are you saying that that's the case in general? Or that are you asking if there's any other ones? Because, like, you have Rock and Roll Part 2, which has Hey as its sole lyric. I guess the Chocobo racing song, I think, also only has a lyric that is Hey. Shouldn't jump there. There's gotta be other lyrics that are just Hey. Remember that being on Strong Bad's bottom 10. That block doesn't seem to actually affect me. Oh god, that almost hit me.
Got it. Got my sexy legs. And Doritos. Definitely one of the most questionable parts there. Right. My plan here is to just jump for it. Okay, that plan doesn't work. The case in general. Alright. Yeah, that was one of Strong Bad's bottom 10. Was any song that has the lyrics of, was it na-na, hey-heys, or doot-doos? Such is the case of Limousine's bizarrely titled Feed the Children's. Na-na, la-la-la, hey-hey, doo-doo-doo. Like, one of the best things those dudes did was they just had a really good understanding of hair metal. Absolutely perfect parodies. Something Limousine probably could actually do pretty okay if they were a real band. I don't like that jump. Hoping the next section might be a little less nauseating. See, I still died. There's something weird about how blocks work in this level, and I've yet to figure it out. If it's completely obvious, I apologize for being oblivious, but I still feel like when I see blocks break on screen and it isn't me, that I die. What if it's a port or an original composition or what? Then again, if you told me it was composed by Scott Brown or something, I'd probably believe you. Ow. After all, I'm pretty sure there's like the one guy somewhere in the UK that composes all of the assorted happy hardcore and gabber stuff under the myriad of names he releases it under. If you told me it was by him, I'd probably believe you. There we go. That was really short. I guess I just need to be on the bottom half of that. Okay. Well, nuts. I'm taking my shell and going. I hate everything about this. It's a lot of things going on right there. Okay. Keeping my shell. Shouldn't try to dab my way through that. I should know better by now. Kind of wonder how bad this looks in the encoder. This actually can't be that bad. The motion prediction can't be terrible for this. It is pretty consistent when you really look at it. One of the sad things about the modern state of video encoding is like we use the one-size-fits-all encoder. You can do a lot better with things like this, but there's no real need to when you have actual hardware decoders. Battery life matters much more than bandwidth. Crap. Mario goes through it. Okay, that was a dumb way to die. Well, anyway. Spent some time listening to my new audiobook for a bit today. And in it, James Garfield just got shot. Which, to be fair, is only halfway through the book. Apparently, he spends a long time being shot. And not quite being dead until he actually dies. I'm still kind of curious as to where Alexander Graham Bell comes in, because they definitely talked him up a bit in
preceding chapters, so I'm very curious about where it's going with that. But the guy who shot him is just a complete nutbar. He really thought that assassinating the President of the United States would get him a sweet gig being the ambassador to France, which is a bit bizarre when you think about it. Okay, what am I going to do here? I feel like having a shell is valuable, but not if it kills me. Cool. What can I do with this? Can I drop it on him? Well, that's one of my two problems gone. But I think my favorite part of the book so far is one of Garfield's political opponents decides the best way to fight one of Garfield's appointees is to resign from being a senator. Turns out, it's not that good of a plan, because they didn't care to re-elect him after he resigned. Like, quite literally, it led to raucous laughter at the Senate floor. Perhaps the thing I'm going to take most away from the book is just how really redneck the entire process of government was back then. Definitely not, we definitely have more decorum now, and that's saying something. But either way, I'm going to be curious to see how it works out. Only problem with reading history is you know how it ends. Like, I know he dies. There's no avoiding that particular feature, particular fate. I only got one of them. Got another. I don't know why I'm insisting upon doing this off screen. Go. Okay. Now that I have the shell, I don't understand the gimmick here. I'm really hoping he runs out of those sooner or later. Well, let's see how long it takes him to run out of those. I want to have a beverage. So I'm beginning to suspect that he won't. Okay, nothing in those blocks. Guess I just need to hold on to a shell to do that part myself, as opposed to letting the, whatever gimmick that's occurring happening right there do it for me. Full truth of there. Wait a bit. Stomp, stomp. Bonk. Look back. Get a shroom. That would have been so stylish had it worked. Okay. Really need to hold on to that. Beautiful. Well, it would have been nice to leave one of them alive, but whatever. We'll take what we can get. Oh crap. Yeah, I'm not getting that dragon coin. This part is nerve-wracking. God, I'm not a one-tile person. Oh. Now I am. Okay, what am I supposed to be doing there? So I used my shell. Shell's definitely nicer than grabbing blocks. But I can do it by grabbing blocks.
Yeah, just a really funky little jump. That was much closer than I wanted to be to him. No dice on that. Alright, so we go up. Oh hey, it's like a smiley face I just realized. At least at this part of the screen. Yeah, thank goodness the spawning works out there. Okay. Okay. There we go, we made it through. Oh, lovely. What? So, am I hosed? I need to bring a block with me? Well, that's questionable. Maybe I can go down one of these? With a shot? That's dead. The tile maps updates are happening on layer 2 instead of layer 3. I'm not certain that helps me all that much, I'll be honest. Hate it when that doesn't work. Well, with the advent of that, I think I'm going to abandon my plan to get the dragon coins because I gotta go through there with item. Maybe I should keep a shell to the side? Try with that? I'm already having enough trouble getting through the one tile gap. Maybe being big is a curse there. Maybe I should aim to become small. Boop, boop. I'm just not going to bother with the dragon coin there anymore. The waste of time, because I sure as hell ain't getting the other one. Alright. Well, got my wish to become small. No springs. The background loses tiles with the throw block. Oh, okay. Interesting. Well, it looks like the background, I think, is supposed to stop, like, right before that, judging by how the tessellation is. But yeah, I see your point now. That is weird. I'd say somewhat useful, but the floor is still scrolling, so it doesn't actually help me at all. Alright, there we go. Right, those kill you instantly. It is not a backup strat. Gotta stop trying to grab those. They're not useful. Well. Okay, my attempt to do a weird Chuck 8 thing did not work. In part because of the block itself. Interesting. I guess what you could do is actually drill through. God. I'm gonna find it. This is a level where I, like, suspect it'll tell me, like, at the very beginning, all I need to do is go up on the top part. What's up, board? How you doing? Diddy Kaizo. Oh, pretty good. Got through a couple levels so far. Now I'm on this thing, which is kind of making me nauseous, I'm not gonna lie. Reminds me a bit of that one level in WLDC whose overworld is like Sonic, except it's doing HDMA stuff like this. It's a shame. That level was really pretty, but it wasn't much fun to play. Had like a cute gimmick with turnips that it kind of failed to really use in an interesting way. There we go. That's the ticket. There we go. So now my current problem is I got to get through a one-tile gap. And retain a shell, or equivalent throwing object. So I just need to be very careful, because I want to retain the shell. He said as he lost the shell. God. This is a very questionable exercise. Nope. You doing good? Excellent. Yeah, doing pretty good. Can't complain. Had a nice walk today. Listened to my book about the death of James Garfield. To be fair, it's got a fair bit of life in there too, but the death is really what the book is about, given that he just got shot and there's 3 hours left in it. Which is not usual in any book where the main character dies and then you still have half the book to go. So, it's been nice to listen to something different, especially something that does not involve Scottish accents. Never asked before, was Q stand for quality questionable? Questionable is the correct answer. Quality is definitely not the word. There's only, there's not that many different LDC things from SMW Central, Super Mario World Central. I guess I'm using too many acronyms right now. The most famous one is Vanilla Level Design Contest, the LDC, which they have done a decent number of. I think they're up to 13-ish. There's a new one due soon to happen sometime later this year. CLDC, Chocolate Level Design Contest, is also very popular, where people do interesting ASM gimmicks and have cool level graphics and all that. Oh, thanks for following. Here's some fish that look more like seas right now, actually, because of the palette. No, my mushroom. Crap, I lost my train of thought. KLDC, which is Kaizo Level Design Contest, is another big one. People do that a lot. And there's an awful lot 24-hour level design contests or other shorter ones. So this one is actually a 72-hour QLDC, where people only had about 3 days to manifest their designs. And there's been some interesting stuff so far. This level is definitely playing more with the questionable aesthetics end of things rather than the questionable ASM, which other levels have been more into. Like, one of the prior levels we just played was all about sort of a Mario Paint stamp aesthetic, and you were actually building the level as you were playing it, which was really cool. There's probably a couple other LDCs. Oh, there's OLDC, which is Old School Level Design Contest, which would probably be OS LDC, but whatever. And that's basically don't use any fancy stuff at all, not even custom music. It's very much like what you'd expect from a level design contest to be, except it's somehow not. And BLDC, which is Base ROM Level Design Contest, where they give everyone the same set of patches and say, go nuts. Well, maybe being small will help. Maybe it won't help. God, I do not like this obstacle. Cool, I got the dragon coin. What's up, Mangort? Enjoy your fish. I think that about covers the dimensions of LDCs. There's probably a couple I don't know. There's certainly other people doing other contests that are not related to SMW Central. I know, I want to say Glitch Cat did a shell level design contest a while ago, and I think Katoon, I want to say Katoon, recently sponsored a motor skills level design contest, which were both very Kaizo-y things. In part because those guys just want more hard stuff to beat. So, I think that explains most of it. But QLDC is definitely sort of the let your fantasy run wild, do whatever the hell you think might be interesting or cool or even mildly irritating. So, there's no, like, qualitative judging, which is nice. Or quantitative. We're not putting numbers to things. Basically, we're gonna end up picking a top 3 later, and then everyone else gets a participation trophy, or maybe in addition to a cool level bro trophy, effectively. I think it has a different name, but it's definitely a bit silly. Go. I still feel like there's some sort of setup here that I just don't understand. Like, this doesn't help. It just makes things laggier. No, I don't want that. There we go. Alright. Got a shot at this. Okay, hope I don't need it again. Oh! How many levels are submitted for the contest? I believe 44, of which 43 made it through. One of them was a level that the admins believed was made by a banned user. And so it was declined. But other than that, there's still a lot. I've gotten through about 22 of them, 23, 24, low 20s. I still have a lot to go. Like, the amount of time it takes on any given level is pretty random. I'd have to look it up right now, but I want to say the sort of outside difficulty right now is about 2 hours. And that level is just really difficult. But not Kaizo-y, just difficult. Yeah, just spawned one of the chainsaws. Beautiful. No, I think maybe just taking damage here is the smart move. Might just be easier. I'm not good at one-tile jumps. And there goes my less fragile object. Cool, I got that. That's exactly what I needed. Believe there's no proof. I don't know. You'd have to ask them, Max. I do not know. That's the story that was given to me. You know everything I know now. Shoot. I wonder if I'm cheesing it by doing that. Definitely cheesing it by doing that. Alright. Using that shell again to get through sections? Yeah. So that's the problem right now, is I've got that one-tile jump, and I need to get through it without losing my throwable object. I'd like to stay big, but honestly, I don't think I can. I think being big is a liability for this section. No! Oh, and I'm stuck in this stupid room. not know what to do there. Sometimes you expect a Chuck to jump, and he just doesn't want to. Let's see. But yeah, I expect this is going to take me a while. A couple of the other judges already done playing all the levels, but they also are way better at this than I am, by the numbers. And also, they stream, like, a lot more than I do. So, but two of us are still working. I wouldn't tell you the status, except both of those guys did it all on stream, and so it's pretty obvious that they finished. Go. More bop. Okay. Back to the thoughts about that stupid obstacle. I might just save state in a safe spot over there, just to see if I have a better plan to get through that, because I'm getting kind of tired of doing this first half again. Over and over and over. I do not believe this is SA1 for reasons. Namely the fact that the Diagonal Mario loaded. I'm gonna be hearing this song when I go to sleep tonight, I can tell you that much. I wonder if this is on SMW Central or if it's customly ported track. I think I've thought about that before, but... You know about James' progress? That I cannot tell you. For one, I don't know what it is, and two, I think that since his judging is not public, I don't think it's reasonable for me to reveal what's going on with that, even if I did. So... I don't think he's streaming it. I don't think he streams. I don't actually know much about James outside of his name, which I presume is James. It could easily be something else. Okay. Once I get here with a shell, I'm feeling very comfortable about my shell state. I'm going to save state. Alright. This is fine. This is less fine. Giving you strong diagonal vibes. Well, the sprite is from Diagonal Mario, so one thing we can do on this stream is load random sprites from just other Mario sprites. And so instead of using the standard Mario sprite, we're currently using the Diagonal Mario sprite, which is more questionable than the average Mario sprite. Interesting, unless you're in it, it doesn't actually affect you. That's weird. Watch one of the other judges briefly and recognize a level that you think belongs to a specific submitter. That happens. Like, there are people who have very, let's say, strong styles. So, for instance, for WLDC, well, I guess that hasn't finished yet. I probably shouldn't say anything about that. Actually, there's only one judge for that who hasn't finished, as far as I know. Well, at least Joopy's publicly finished. I guess that makes it probably okay. There. Oh, wait, no, I need... I forgot to take the item. No, come back. Nope. Okay. Yeah, the worst part about save stating is the fact that you have to use the pause button. On my list of things to do in the near future, implement a version that does not do that nowadays. Made it. It fell through the floor. This is worse. Maybe it's not worse. Okay, let's get that fixed. First, you can get a throw block next to Chain Chomp. Yeah, I think I shouldn't have done what I did there. Oh, that worked good. Let's see. Oh, you're right! Oh, I keep thinking you could only grab blocks in the very specific section. But you're right, you can grab it anywhere because it's weird shit. Or I could just glitch through the floor, that works too, I guess. Okay. At least those aren't an auto kill. Okay. It's just the low part in the song, I keep getting tricked by that. Alright, this is not as bad as I thought it was. I'll chalk it up to unfamiliarity with this specific gimmick. But still, this gimmick is weird. Gotta love zipping into the floor. Yep. By standing in the wall. Yep. This is definitely one of the weirder levels that mechanically is not, like, apparently is a vanilla mechanic. Like, it's not something I would have expected. Stupid chain jumps. Definitely made it harder than it needed to be. That's one way to do it. Oh, that would have actually worked. There we go. Ah. Yes, vanilla lunar magic mechanic. That is a completely fair thing to say right there. Lunar Magic has a lot of weird stuff in it. A lot of interesting options. It also works on Windows 98. I know, because I tested this recently. Wait, I don't need to do it the hard way. Yeah, the disadvantage of doing it the way I did, I now have to save. I now need to, go. Just kind of vibing through it. Chain Chomp's one of my least favorite types of enemies, just because you never know what they're gonna do. Put that back. Alright. I think I understand why that happens now. Go. I do not like you, Koopa. There we go. Let's stop messing around with the save state. We're just making it worse. Okay. There we go. We have no. That's the worst part, is because at any point in time, the blocks are just gone. Oh, that didn't even hit me on the spiky side there. Ow! Crap. There we go. I imagine that there's a way better way of doing that. Just gonna keep getting stuck in random sinkholes now. Oh, lovely. More of this gimmick. Ah. Okay, first off, this thing dies. There we go. I don't trust this. I have to mine underneath it, and then... Wait, what? Oh, I understand why I die sometimes, because not everything is a throw block. Maybe? No. Alright, good. This is actually progress. Savable progress. That would suck. Like, what? Yeah, apparently if a throw block ever gets hit by a spike, I die. That's the mechanic. That is really unobvious. Or that happens, and I just die. I do not understand this level. I think I just duped that block. That's an interesting mechanic. No, never... Oh. If it kicks the block back, I die. Okay. There. Now we're back to this part where I gotta figure out what the hell I'm supposed to do. Right, I kicked it. Third block plus spike equals... Rip. Yup. Makes sense. Anything? Like, I just feel like the rules for this are not remotely intuitive. Other times I can shatter them and it doesn't matter. It's a literal difficulty spike. You're not wrong. Like, the only thing I can think of is I need to break enough floor to get underneath it. But I don't grok it. I think sometimes you're walking into the throw block tied. It doesn't have code to properly push you. Maybe. I didn't want to go... I don't want to go down. I don't understand. Ah. Layer 3 occasionally jumps forward or backward. That might explain some of the awfulness I'm seeing. Alright. Anybody have good ideas? Because I certainly don't. Like, these blocks do not behave the way I would hope they would. Like... Especially since it does that sometimes. One could zip my way past or something. Nope, that kills me. Alright, new idea. Okay, different new idea. No, that kills me. Never mind. Like, I feel like I could carve out a decent chunk of it, but then I can't run without holding a block. And occasionally it just kills me, which doesn't help me at all. At least it's a tunneling thing and the jank makes it awful. I'm unhappy to agree with your assessment, but I think you are correct. My interest in continuing this level is dropping precipitously because of this one obstacle. Maybe... okay, grab another. Alright, I think maybe I can swing this. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong drop. Like, I just need to focus on a specific spot where I'm sort of drilling down. And I keep going a bit early. It's... yeah, okay. You better believe I'm safe stating after this. You better believe I'm not safe stating after that. Alright, yellow block. If the yellow block is consistent. Okay, the yellow block is consistent. Kind of. Okay, I'm gonna pick a block I like. I like this one. I was gonna say I like this blue one. Guess I like this red one. Even knowing it's coming. I didn't know what block. Oh, I'm already dead. Doesn't matter. Okay, gotta pick a color. I picked purple. Approximate purple. Okay, cool. Well, there's not even a safe place to stand in all this. I have to do this again. What triggers the color change? No idea. Okay. No. This is motion sickness? You are completely correct, Prestinator. Hope you're doing alright. This level has definitely been trying. Okay, I think it's the red blocks that kill me. Like, I think they're red for a reason. Okay, I'm gonna drop a save state now. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Grab Y first. Motion sickness, you thought this was a bad trip. You're colorblind, don't ask you. I just overwrote my save state. That's why I don't use save states.
pick a new spot to start at. Apparently, I didn't grab a block. There's a block. God, I hate this. Okay. It kills me because the tide goes backwards, you clip into the tiles, and then you can see the jump if you look at the tide. Yeah, I can see it. That's questionable, but not in a way I enjoy. I think I grabbed the purple one. Can't even use that as a way to get out of that. Right. This is a safe, stateable spot. I'm safe right here. Well, for some values of safe. I'm taking this with me. Just after purple. Definitely wasn't going to get all of them at one time. Don't even care about the rest of the blocks. P-switch. Is this solid? It is solid. Probably a timer, yeah. Oh. Oh god, the lag. Oh, there's two of them. He throws entire clusters! Oh. That's actually kind of cool. I like the cluster check. I like the cluster thrower. That's actually kind of cool. Nice half dragon coin. Yep. If I was moderating this hack, that is a note I would make. Thankfully, for QLDC, we don't care about such things. It hurts my thumb. Really should not have clipped my nails today. Hey, I found a soft log. Woo, stuck in this room forever. Nuts. Okay. Okay, let's just wait something like a cycle. I think I still started on purple. And then I don't want to be anywhere near this thing. Okay, that's good. And then I don't want to spend time observing that. Crap. Well, that's about what I expected. Alright. Well, we're stuck with that forever. Mistakes were made. Can I go back to the world map to fix this? It's gonna drive me nuts. There we go. Alright. We have a shot now. Okay, wait for the purple. Or immediately jump into the whole thing that kills me. At least I haven't died to the shell yet. Wait for the purple again. That's what the tear was. Guess save states don't work with the music. So here's what's happening. So I'm using what's called a flash card. This particular one's called the SD to SNES. And the way it implements save states is by basically sucking the brains out of the Mario world as it's happening. So when I save state, what it actually does is it pauses the world and copies all the memory to another location on the SD card.
which is nice. It does solve 90% of the problem. The problem is that you can't really talk to the sound chip all that easily. And so what ends up happening is the sound ends up glitching out. And it stays with whatever the sound chip was doing at the time when the save state was loaded. Not when it was saved, when it was loaded. And so that's why it does the thing it does. Okay. I'm gonna drop another one because I'm tired of this part. Kind of bet I'm on a timer. So I'm going to let that run out because otherwise it won't. Actually, I guess it won't run out. This sucks. I guess it actually doesn't really matter if I'm going to load state and immediately hit the P switch. It's barely nicked me. So, anyway, that should answer that question. The SBC is actually pretty interesting. I don't know as much about it as I would like to know. So, there's a lot of it that is strange and mysterious to me. Alright, I got all 5 Dragon Coins piecemeal. I'll take that. We, of course, will no longer care about Dragon Coins in about 15 seconds. Okay, I panicked. But yeah, on emulators, it works a lot easier because the emulator knows the full state of the SPC. Because it knows... I'm already toast here. Because it knows the full state of the entire system, right? Because it's all emulated within the same program. Unless you're having a lot of fun writing an interesting multi-process emulator, I guess. Which you could do if you really wanted to. You could have the whole thing, like, only talk to each other through very specific channels and all that. Like, you could architect it that way. I'm not aware of any emulators that do that, but you could write, like, a fun one like that if you wanted to write something that was more akin to what you would write if you were doing this stuff in a VLSI environment. I can't even wait there. One of the things chip designers tend to do is actually write their stuff in C. It's a very stilted type of C, to say the least. Ah, okay. I'm probably gonna regret waiting. I bet I need to go up there somehow. Oh, I know what this is, and I am not looking forward to it. What? Oh, the Boo has collision! Shit! Please. Only... I like the effect on the Boo, actually. That's kind of cute. When he's outside of the realm, you can kind of see him, and then he's like right there. Oh, crap. Please only be 3 hits? Of course he's not 3 hits. That'd make it too easy. Just careful. No, wait, that's the middle. Ah. I think you understand with the block shift. Every time you pass the red block, all the blocks shift forward 2 spaces. At least it was a red space earlier. Gotcha, okay. I think that makes sense. Because I definitely noticed that the red blocks were where the danger lie. Because I get the feeling it's trying to warn me. Even if I'm not successfully understanding its warning. Okay, and then he gets in the middle here, which is not good for me. Really need to just pay attention to the colors that I've already used, but I haven't done that. Come on! I've hit you 5 times. You know what they say, 6 times the charm. for seventh time's the charm. Seventh time apparently was not the charm. And this room is the pink blocks. They look more red on my screen. But I suspect that makes sense given the general way the video flows through my whole system. It does get a little bit of a boost because if I didn't, it would be way dark on the other side. So it's not surprising that turns out to be kind of pink given all the mixing going on. I'm going to try to avoid grabbing any blocks in that section. I hate chain chomps so much. I'm gonna try to grab the yellow one next. Like, I just want to keep a kind of consistent thing going for me, if I can. So I know when I'm gonna fall. I just grab the blocks to the left of me when I think I'm gonna fall. Ah, crap, I was too busy looking at the blocks. And not looking enough at the boo. And I don't even know what block I just grabbed. I'm going to just start over. This is an intellectual exercise. Okay. Let's start at this blue. Let's not start at that blue block. The blue block is the one right where I'm going to die if I stand there. Okay. I'll fall right after this. But I'm safe because it's not in the area that will kill me. Got to stay in the center as much as possible, except when that's going to happen. I'm going to fall. That's fine. Okay, he's up there. Shoot, this block's going to expire. Please don't expire. I fell from the bottom of the screen. I have to stick with my plan. Even if I wasted a block, that's not good, but I can still stick with my plan. Still plenty of blocks between me and death. Hooray! Dot, dot, dot. Okay. That's one way to look at it. You didn't notice if you go back to the left of the blocks, they trigger the shift. Alright. You know, in most levels I go back to the level so we can enjoy the music, but I'm done with that music. It took entirely too many hits, yeah. It took coming up with a strategy. Like, I couldn't play that just by ear. I had to actually sit down and think. Well, I was always sitting down, but I had to think about how I wanted to beat that boss. Which level was this, anyway? 4. Alright, time to type words. Throw some nice, relaxing Bowser tunes instead. Valid point. Here, we'll solve that problem. We'll go back to the world, back to the demo. No, I guess I didn't really need save states, but it was frustrating enough that, yeah, no, I wouldn't have beat this without save states. Alright, there we go. Another one typed out. Number 17 is the next on the list. See how my fingers feel after that.